Hello my friends, it's episode 37 and we're back in Stalino. Right. I guess the grind continues. Sadly, I think that guy is well out of my range. No? Well, nothing is out of the range of this thing, but what about my fire? Long live the fire! Ah, the fire is also in range, but what about the strat bomber that's needed to suppress the AA gun? Well, it's in range, but how much damage will it do? You know what? There's just something glorious about this. And then the ammo ran out, and all that just to get rid of a cavalry unit. Although I don't mind bombing their commander too. I sort of wonder, actually this could get in here. We could proceed now. Let's do it. Let's be vile. How glorious. This recon car has got its choice between a target for which it cannot penetrate the armor and the infantry that would eat it for breakfast. But I won't put these guys here for the moment, because I don't think that's a strong enough defense. I think we're clear to push up. As long as I don't see any infantry, we're clear. Right, now what do we do about the guards? Where's that bloodthirster when you need it? Dive, dive, dive! Oh man, if only they had Steamroller, I'd be like brah, 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 brah. But I decided to train up another unit. So here we are having to make decisions. Okay, we're over. More or less. Alright, let's seal that door shut. Look at that, still well defended. I think most of their air forces are obliterated now, but I could move this anti-tank here. It's actually got first strike. This is a fortification tile, which is nigh on untouchable. This kind of heavily armored tank is nigh on untouchable on such a tile. Okay, we have broken the back of their push, and I think it's time to party. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, maybe not. Bloop, bloop. How dare you? Out of range. I'll take this as an opportunity to just repair. I need an airfield on the other side of the river. And that's probably the nearest one that I can get. I'm gonna need anti-air support down here. Eight of 10. He's well and truly fortified. And now he's dead. Can you get down there? Not quite. Okay, we'll use this as the defense, as the artillery defense for now. I gotta reform my two strike groups, as in set up this strike group here, back how it was right at the start. Split back into two little balls of attack. Let's move these guys somewhere where they'd be better defended. They should still self-repair because I've not used their attack action. We could probably grab this airfield, but it's right in the bottom corner of the map, so it's not, you know, the most useful airfield in the universe. The old strap bar. You know what? I'll actually just repair that. I'll leave it at home. The dive bomber can clear the way this turn. Ah, do you know what? It'd be lovely to get a steamroll on that. It's not going to happen though, is it? Any artillery hit is just going to obliterate the target. Alright. Oh, -6. Damn. Can't steamroll that either. Or can I? Okay. Heavy armor to protect these guys. The fact that they're in a forest protects them. Go ahead and give these boys a love tap. All right. We have a breakthrough. He's fortified in the open. I thought I was going to be able to just tap him and then call it a day, but apparently not. Okay. This is not as vulnerable as it seems, because even if an infantry unit, which I don't see one, but even if one ran at them, the other artillery would help defend. And these guys are obviously protected by this. This one is protected by this from a tank just racing in. Move that forward. Let's move that forward. I've not captured this tile because obviously I've got the secondary objective to do. I still don't know where the last command tank is. But considering that I've broken through the Russians' front line here, I'm sure I'll find his soft juicy gubbins in the back here somewhere. Oops. Someone did not see the artillery. Okay, that was quite a tough unit. But it still went down like a sack of spuds. Time to feed. This'll do. Delicious. Right, where's that recon plane? Let's just go ahead and check all this top area. Oh, would you believe it? Command tank. Just lurking up there. Also, an enemy T-70. Whose armor is sufficiently weak for me to surrender matic him. Okay. I'm not getting that airport this turn. Yeah, this bad boy's got readiness, so... Yeah. Don't want to put any units in that tile right now. Not while I'm aggressively pushing across the map like this. Okay, recon number 2. Shame that my fighter is not going to reach there. Let's go and grab that. Right. This is where the engineers start to lose their usefulness. This open space is like a hellscape for infantry. So funny how dangerous they are in cities, though, in forest tiles and such. Man, he just can't get there. Okay, well these guys have got first strike, so it's not a problem for them. An attack on these guys would be suicide. I mean, an attack on this infantry here is also suicide. Don't get me wrong. It's just that they can get some kills. Okay, this push forward was slightly over-aggressive. Where's he going? Lead from the front, you coward. How dare they? So he got no surrender. He does. He's got no surrender and he's tough. Oh, just out of range. Just out of range. What I really want is that airport there. Yeah, you really don't want to be in the village tile next to two sets of cavalry. Okay, that's reasonable. This cavalry could get a small amount of hurt, but they would be massacred for it. And it's not more hurt than I can handle. And obviously the tanks can't go for it without triggering the elephant. And then I can move this heavy artillery in, which I will use to purge him next turn. Okay. I'm gonna say, for now, I'm not gonna worry about securing that. I'm gonna bring my Air Force down here to assist with cleanup. Wouldn't mind sending a scout plane down there. I'll keep this fighter so I can forward base it somewhere. Okay. This recon car is going to be used to back cap that when it's necessary. Okay, I mean it's pretty, looks like a pretty standard setup here. Doesn't look like anything too scary. Okay. There's some fortification going on here. tighten up that defense. Okay, now I can just bring this fighter here. Just to occupy space. We're nearly done. I don't think there's much left of the enemy. They're not even fighting back now. Use a fire as a scout. Oh, look at that! A deployable airbase. That's what that filth has been up to. Alright, another command tank bites the dust. Guess the real question now is, where is the rest of the enemy? Guess I'm gonna need my scout planes. This is the last town on the bottom. Okay, the middle one can't be steamrolled because it's in the city tile. So we'll just go ahead and assassinate that one. Oh, I guess they still had enough fortification left, or whatever. Excuse me. Okay, it's as far forward as I want to go. Oh, there he is. There he is. Wow, it looks like whole sections of the map are now completely clear. Did I just hit that? It's an ambush! I think a recon plane just ambushed a recon plane. Oh, look, no surrender is not one of his many talents. Well, that's really unfortunate now, isn't it? Blomph. My ultra long range bomber reached that, yes. So what's left on this map is these two planes. And these couple of units here. That is the vibe I'm getting. Oh, okay, there's a little bit more up here. They can't pen this. They don't have the tools. There we go. Perfect protection. Wouldn't it be funny to hose this with a fire? Oh man. It's the clash of, you know, it is an anti-aircraft gun, but it's also open top, which makes it very vulnerable. KV-242 and a T-70. That's surrender time! Engineers, what is your profession? Alright, we're almost done here. Can my jet fighter actually reach over there? It can't, but it can defend the, It can't reach, but it can defend the recon. I'm going to presume that these guys are out of range. Yeah, they're out of range of the airbase. Alright, I'm just going to quickly finish off the airfields and then move on. Ouch! I don't remember these aircraft even... That's weird. They must have been hidden somewhere. Is this a self-repairing unit? It is. Okay. Well, that's alright. We just burn 3 turns and self-repair it. Woo! Oh, there's 4 air bases. I didn't see one before. Nice, but can anything get there to support you? Alright, any planes that were down there are now forced to rebase. Okay, these are in the protective umbrella of this, and they can get this, and then I'll just have to use something else to get that. Ah, the good old camouflage. That's bait. Oh, I can't quite reach it. Thought it might be better to put the experience on. Should we sad sound the boy? That's brutal. Fission complete. We have several reports to go over, but I must tell you it is all good news for once. At Kursk, our encirclement of the pocket is held and surrender negotiations have begun. It is clear the Soviets trapped in the pocket are at their breaking point. Field Marshal von Manstein did send us a report that there is even larger attack force near our position. I suspect he is coming here in conference in personal. To conference in personal. To conference in person to deal with the situation. We are not out of the woods yet, mein General. In this alternative history, the disruption to Soviet command structure around Kursk continues to have ripple effects. With Kursk fully encircled and the planned Soviet counterattacks delayed by hasty leadership reorganization, German forces are much better prepared to react to the now belated Soviet hammerfall. Under a well-rested and well-prepared Field Marshal von Manstein's supervision, Army Detachment Kempf is more than capable of maintaining control of Kharkov, no longer triggering the commander's removal, and the unit's renaming to the 8th Army. Further south, leading elements of Soviet 53rd Army are caught in an ambush at Stalino, today Donetsk, destroying most of their heavy equipment and routing the remaining survivors. This is the first wave of Soviet offensives, and as this first wave of Soviet offensives are blocked by reinvigorated German defenders, Soviet second wave reinforcements are now committed to advance down the much narrower alternative paths of attack. So it was said. Despite a string of defeats, Soviet reserves continue their offensive operations to break German lines. In a bid to outright destroy the last of these reserves, a plan is hatched to trap the latest Soviet advance against the Sea of Azov by outflanking them at Rostov. I don't know why, like, I can't imagine the circumstance in which Russia actually breaks, because it's such a big country. How do you control so much space? You could have a government in exile within the borders of the country. I mean, it could literally take years to push across such a vast amount of space. I mean, I know that most of the industry is relatively near to Europe, but still. Well, give my haste, O General, but there's little time for talk. Action is the order of the day. Army Group South faces one final crisis before it can exploit the opportunities that are being fought so hard for. The failure of our enemy at Kursk and then at Kharkov and then at Stalino has forced him further south with each new attack. And now in a final attempt to break our line, the enemy skirts the banks of the Sea of Azov. This will be his undoing. Capture all victory hexes. Destroy all enemy units. Army Group South has been purposely understrengthed in this region. Bait. That's bait. Created a desperate success that a desperate adversary is precisely looking for, and I was more than willing to oblige. Letting the Soviets advance as far as they have and sudden attack here towards Rostov can cut their supply, trap their armies against the sea. To support this effort, arrangements have been made for elements of the Army Detachment Kempf to leapfrog ahead of your task force. Several river crossings have already been destroyed to limit the mobility of your prey. And a detachment of full-scrim Jaegers are holding key bridges at Baitisk. Mein General, we had better bring our own bridge engineers to hasten our own river crossings. It is unlikely the small advanced forces can hold out for long on their own. And you will need them if you are to fully trap such a large Soviet battle group. Also advise we deploy a small number of our units as reinforcements to help hold the Moose River. We want to make sure our enemies are stonewalled here for as long as possible, while we stretch our encirclement from here to here. And finally to Rostov to fully close the trap. German intelligence knows that the general surrender of Italians is probably weeks, if not days, away. In preparation for this, German forces are being earmarked to move in and disarm any remaining Italian forces. Although the vast majority of Italians have withdrawn from the Eastern Front since February, have been informed that there are caches of Italian equipment that still linger. With your influence, we could move in and secure all Italian equipment that is left. By my reckoning, there's good amounts of armoured cars, tanks, and self-propelled artillery we could commandeer. In theory, you're supposed to be able to get every reward, as long as you complete all the objectives. Ooh, another readiness. Sweet. We took some very light damage last time. Okay. Obviously, Oh, there's actually enemies here. Okay. So obviously what you're supposed to do is deploy here, clean up this, and then push along the top. To create some kind of super encirclement. There's actually there's no supremely obvious way to super encircle them. And what I mean to say by that is that this, I mean, you've got to block this whole area. Okay, well, anyway, these will be thoughts for a deployment episode. That is it for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.